A severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Fayette and Nicholas County until 12:45 p.m. Goose Mill at 6:36, 6:48 in Atkins. A look in this storm, though, that is severe. It is almost about 50,000 feet tall. Here, now this may not be making it all the way to the ground. There likely is some melting occurring. Well, it's been a fantastic evening. Hopefully you have got outside and enjoyed the weather. And it begins to change over to some snow as some colder air works its way in. Those 3 to 6 inches are going to be common from Beckley to Oak Hill out towards Hinton. We normally average 11 named storms. The forecast this year is for 11 to 17 named storms.
It finally had a fantastic weekend, but are these nice conditions going to stick around?
Unfortunately, they're not going to stick around. We've got rain back into the forecast tonight and even stormy weather going into tomorrow that could lead to some flooding. Storms in the forecast. I'll let you know how strong tonight at 11. Well, a good Sunday evening. I'm Stormwatch Chief Meteorologist Tyler Barker. It has been a fantastic day. Lots of sunshine out there. We had a few clouds to move through, but no rain to speak of in our immediate area. There is some storms that are firing up just to our south. And you take a wider view of the radar, you can see a lot of storm activity across the Carolinas, Tennessee, even into Kentucky. There is also some storms and rain just to our north over Pennsylvania and Ohio. This is all associated with a cold front that's going to be diving down in our area overnight tonight and into Monday. Temperatures out there 80 right now in Oak Hill, 83 in Pineville, 81 in Elkhorn, 80 currently in Lewisburg. Dew points, how it feels out there, it doesn't feel too bad. We have dew points in the low 50s. Once you start getting into the low to mid 60s, it kind of starts feeling a little sticky out there in the atmosphere. So right now we're okay, but those dew points are going to increase. Here's what's going on Futurecast. We have a warm front to our north and a cold front, and that cold front is going to dive down overnight tonight into tomorrow. At the same time, a weak area of low pressure is going to develop and move overhead tomorrow morning. That's going to enhance rainfall amounts tomorrow. That's the concern for some flooding as we go through the day tomorrow. But by tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, we will start to see that activity come to an end. As this cold front starts to sweep through, there will be a little bit of wraparound moisture around that area of low pressure that we could still see an isolated shower going into early on Tuesday. And there's another area of low pressure that will form over the deep south, but that cold front will keep that just off to the south and east of our area. So Futurecast, here's the RPM model. It shows you that we stay dry till around midnight, and we could see an isolated storm develop. Most of us going to stay dry till we go after 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then some showers and storms start to develop. Temperatures are going to be mild in the 60s and low 70s. We see a brief break, and then maybe a wraparound shower or storm develops as we go through the early morning hours on Wednesday, and then we dry out on Tuesday afternoon and looks dry on Wednesday as well. Futurecast, here's the HER model. It also shows some showers and storms start to move in after 6, 7 o'clock. It's a little bit later, but still bringing in some heavy rain, even some stormy activity. The Storm Prediction Center does not have us in any severe weather outlook for today. However, tomorrow there is a marginal risk, but that risk stays just to our north. That's something we'll monitor during the overnight and early morning hours tomorrow if that changes. So here's a storm timeline mainly after midnight, so 6 a.m. on towards 2 p.m. Main concern is going to be some flash flooding. Hail threat about 1 inch in diameter with a few isolated storms that develop. Not looking at any widespread severe weather. There could be some gusty winds. Rainfall amounts, that's going to be the concern going into the next couple of days. So Monday especially, that's the flooding concern. Notice these 2, possibly 3-inch pockets that show up. That's going to be the concern, so be sure to monitor any localized flash flooding that occurs and be sure to seek higher ground. Now the pattern's going to change going into early week and then especially into the weekend. So this week we start out in the cool sector. We have an area of low pressure, a trough that we call it on the eastern seaboard, while a ridge of high pressure is out to the west, and that ridge starts to build in across the east coast, and we're going to start to see some summer-like heat return for next weekend. Overnight tonight, 63 in Beckley, 63 as you go down into Sophia, 62 in Hinton. Storms arriving after midnight. For tomorrow, 72 in Oak Hill, 72 as you go out towards Pineville, 74 in Welch. Your 7-day forecast is very stormy tomorrow. Isolated shower on Tuesday. Notice high temperatures. They come down into the mid-60s. Overnight lows in the upper 40s to start your Wednesday. Isolated shower storm possible on Thursday, but we dry out, and notice those temperatures by next weekend. More summer-like. We're in the low 80s by next Sunday. Stay tuned. We'll have a look at sports when we return.